18-3 record. You guys are playing really well right now. How excited are you guys to finish up the second half of your season now?
We're getting really excited. We're getting pretty antsy actually for North Carolina end of the season. We don't want to catch our chips too early, but we're pretty confident that we're going to go down there. We're going to play well as a team, and good things will happen.
Coming off of 2 years ago, you came here from Duquesne last season and had a great season among others. How much has you tried to carry the momentum during the off season into this season?
We definitely tried. We had we had high anticipations coming into this year. A lot of us felt we had a great senior leadership that left last year, and coming into this year we definitely have had some guys fill the roles of the leaders, and we're really coming together.
Who would you say some of the leaders are on the team right now?
Just people like the seniors. Dylan Sowers, he's been here for a while. Derek Peluso, he's the ace of our pitching staff. Just guys like that. Lee Bodner. We have a lot of guys that come in and work hard every day.
A lot of times there's a saying, the fountain of youth, and I think you know where my question is going based on the hat that I'm wearing right now.
Mm-hmm.
How much has that state of Florida just really impacted your team?
Well, Coach, he likes to do a lot of recruiting down there. It's for good reason. We had JT Jonathan Tassis come in last year as a freshman. I think he's going to do big things for us. We have Javi Marcarena, Marlon Leyva, Ozzie Alfonso, Manny Perdomo. All those guys are going to be really able to help us out.
The team got off to a really good start this season. How was it, playing over spring break, getting to start your season when you didn't have to worry about having classes or anything that week?
It was pretty nice being down there. You really got into the baseball atmosphere. The warm weather, the no classes to worry about, no nothing, and it was a really good time.
AMC's down a little bit. It's been that way with a lot of the sports lately. A lot of the teams just off the map, and I know you guys are going to be transitioning. All the teams are going to be transitioning into the KIAC.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it to try to? I know again you don't want to look too far ahead, but it is two other teams I believe are playing. So how important is it to make the most of that conference and try to face that other team in that other conference for a play-in chance to get into that tournament?
Well, there's definitely, as you said, we're going in the transitional phase, and once we get down there, there's definitely little room for error. Not to say that our conference has weakened a little bit. Who's coming in? I know Houghton, they're a very young program. Fisher, they're a 500 team last year. That'll be maybe a good game, but we're just really looking forward to playing against them.
How seriously does the team take it to win those conference games?
It's definitely a high priority for us. Not only does that help us, in North Carolina, but that also gets our name out to, if we do, if we play well, we play like we should. There's no reason we shouldn't advance.
What's before the games? I know. Let's just say that you just threw today, and there was a game today.
Mm-hmm.
What goes on for you between the day of the game and your next start? What kind of things do you do to try to stay loose?
Well, Coach Neal, our pitching coach, he has all of us pitchers on a 5-day recovery program. If you're a starter, you have a 5-day recovery program. So you can enjoy your win. The day of, you do a little bit of bands, and the next day, it's not much time to relax. It's a lot of business. Running every day, band work. It's a lot of work.
You're 2-0 with a 1.50 ERA so far this season. What's been going right for you when you're on the field?
I've had my defense behind me. I've been able to locate really well. The one who's caught me, Ozzie Alfonso, he's been calling a great game. Me and him have been on the same page, and everything's just been meshing well.
What do you? Is it kind of like the majors where you get to warm up and before the game? And if so, how do you know that it's okay? It's going to be a really good day for me just based off of that kind of a thing.
To tell you the truth, that's not the way it works for me. It's kind of almost the opposite. I do get that warm up and everything, but when I'm in the bullpen, I'm kind of I'm confident. You got to be confident going in there. But usually I'm not very I'm not very good in the bullpen. If you say I don't locate very well, but to me then I really focus in on the game and going into that. So I think that first inning is actually where I know if it's going to be a good day or not.
With the great record you have so far this season, how confident is this team going into each and every game, knowing that you have a pretty good chance to win?
Well, I think the more games we win, the bigger our target gets on our back. We try to take every game. We do take every game very seriously. We just go in, do what we do. Sometimes if we're playing a weaker team, coach always says we're going to play against the game. So we never let that distract us from what we're trying to do.
What's that feeling like for you? How much has it felt that, okay, maybe you pitched, let's say you pitched 7 solid, but you give up a hit, and it's kind of, okay, coach gives you the pat on the butt, okay, it's time. Are you the kind of guy that puts up the fight, or do you have that trust in that bullpen that you know that they can handle it for you?
We definitely have the trust. We've won a lot to Mike Tullio this year. He's not the only one. We have a lot of great relievers. We're not really sure what the identity of some of the pitchers are going to be quite yet, but like Isaiah Marsh, he's going to be starting Saturday. He's a very good reliever. Horacio Acosta, he's also very efficient. But yeah, I have complete confidence in that.
How do you think you've developed as a pitcher in your time here at Point Park?
Well, coming in here, I had high hopes coming from Duquesne. They were a D1 program. And I made the transition, and to tell you the truth, it wasn't that much, and I think I'm better for coming here. Coach Neal really works us. I've become very, very mentally tough since I've been here.
How confident? Obviously, the offense has been huge. You mentioned Javi Marti Corena, 2 home runs so far. How huge is it to know that you get that run support from that team?
Oh, it's definitely very comforting for a pitcher, knowing that you can be a little more loose on the mound. Not necessarily that it doesn't take away from your focus, but it's nice to know that you have a very solid lineup behind you.
You just mentioned your own mental toughness. Would you say the team kind of in general has that mental toughness? Really, basically all the players.
Yeah, definitely. We were in practice. We had a few weeks there before we left for winter break, and we really attacked the things that needed to be addressed, and we're definitely a very mentally strong team.
For those, obviously Point Park isn't the most athletic of schools, but for those who are wondering how long it takes, how long of a commitment this is, when did you really start the off-season conditioning, and when did the team start their off-season conditioning so that they know kind of how long of a process it is, and it doesn't just start from the first game of the season?
Yeah, we definitely do a lot of work in the off season. Some of us guys will play. We play down south in the summer, in different various leagues. You definitely always gotta stay in good shape. Always gotta keep your arm in shape. Coach, he wants you to come in here, be able to throw your best, run your fastest, hit your best, and all that. So.
How do you feel about the whole switch over from the AMC now going transitioning to the KIAC?
Well, as the AMC has been getting broken up as the past years have gone by, but I'm looking forward to going into the KIAC. There's some strong teams in there, which we're actually going to in North Carolina. We're going to be playing a few teams that are going to be in the KIAC with us, so looking forward to that.
Dang it! I forgot my question. I love it. I love it. Of course, the Pirate fan forgets his question. Oh, yeah, I'm just
firing away here.
I've seen fire, I've seen rain. I gotta ask you about Donnie Kelly. Donnie Kelly was an alum, and how motivational is it that that being here at Small Point Park that he made it into the majors?
It's definitely very optimistic. Like for us, Lee Baldner's actually he's relatively close with Don, and he'll text him from time to time. He'll send us some quotes or. That, but just knowing that he's there, knowing that he did it, and it really can inspire you if you really buy into it. I can do it too.
What do you think about the state of Point Park athletics? Obviously, Point Park is a smaller school compared to Pitt or Duquesne, and a lot of people around the area don't really follow Point Park as much as they do other colleges. But what do you think of the athletic programs we have going on here right now?
Ever since I've been here, the sports programs, I think they've been very, above average. We've gone, the volleyball team's always well. The basketball teams, they're really picking it up, and especially baseball. Like I knew coming into here. I mean, Point Park, we've had I think 11 World Series appearances. It's a very strong history and tradition here. So.
You touched on the volleyball team. The women's basketball team made it to nationals. How nice would it be to be team number 3 from Point Park this season to represent and go to nationals?
I can't wait.
Boy.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, definitely. How confident are you that you can make it to nationals, get back to a World Series, and continue the tradition that Point Park here has built over its baseball history?
With the guys that we brought in, we definitely have the whole package. We have the talent, we have everything. We just got to be able to put it together. That's what separates the good teams from the great teams. Being able to put it together every day and just going out there and doing what we need to do.
Switching things up a little bit here, I don't know how familiar, obviously you're focusing on Point Park baseball, but have to ask you about your thoughts about my Pirates and how you think it's going to look, what the outlook is going to be for them.
With the Marlins hat on.
With the Marlins, hey, it's a cool hat, that's why I wear it, and at least half of the baseball team would approve it.
Yeah, they would. They would.
I've already gotten nice hat comments from half of the team probably at this point, so what do you think seriously about the Pirates and their outlook for this season?
Well, I mean, they have the talent they showed last year. For a while, they can hang and they can play with the best. Can't really go into how they will do because they are the Pirates. They've had the losing series. I mean, I love the Pirates, granted, but when AJ Burnett, when we finally we get somebody and he gets hit in the mouth, in spring training, that's not a very good sign, I guess.
How much do you follow other sports, not just maybe Pittsburgh sports or college sports, but are you always one of those people just watching ESPN all the time, crazy like that? Or?
To tell you the truth, I wake up in the morning and if I have some free time, I'll watch ESPN. But I watch the Pirates sometimes if they're on, but I don't really follow sports as much as you think somebody that is an athlete would. I like basketball, and NFL. That's about it.
Yeah, well, you mentioned NFL. Thoughts on Peyton Manning to the Broncos?
I personally like to see him at the 49ers, but that's football.
Did you have any players, as you were growing up, that you looked towards as role models for you when you were, obviously playing baseball? Obviously, you probably played when you were younger. Did you look at any specific players as role models for yourself?
I wouldn't say any professional players, and like I said, I didn't really, watch too much. I'd watch the occasional game or I'd go to games, but I never really followed too much. Growing up, though, when I was a freshman, like in high school or something, obviously you look up to the leaders of your team, you look up to the seniors. But beyond that, I just took what I got from coaches, took what I got from my teammates, and that was it.
I'm going to preface this question by saying I am special, being that I'm left-handed. I have to ask, what advantage or disadvantage does being left-handed have in baseball?
Well, I don't know. I'm a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
And I always say, you're at the disadvantage. But I guess you just don't see as many lefties. And like I said, I haven't hit since high school either, so I couldn't tell you from that perspective. But I know you don't have to throw as hard as a lefty, or I guess they're more crafty, or they hide the ball a little better. I guess it's just not something you see every day.
Are you more of a power pitcher or a finesse pitcher?
Well, I think I can be power at times, but I would definitely rather take location over velocity any day.
What is that feeling after after each win, knowing that I know you can't enjoy it long, but just in building team, what am I looking for? Team camaraderie and team bonding.
Definitely. If you can go out there, do what you want to do, it definitely, the hitters, they'll see that they'll get a lot more confidence in you. If maybe if they didn't have any before, and that just brings you together. If you have a pitcher out on the mound and he's doing well, you want to hit for him and you want to see him do well. So it all comes together.
How much has the team been able to bond over the first half, early part of this season so far?
We, at first I was talking with a couple of the transfer guys. The very first day we played, we came into the student center in the basketball court, and we hated each other. We actually almost fought each other. And ever since then, we really are a family, and we all love each other.
You ready for Penn State Greater Allegheny tomorrow?
Yeah, we are. Looking forward to it.
Well, I guess we'll end it there. Are we